Conservative new media viewers, boxing fans around the world, what's up? We just watched Triple G Gennady Golovkin destroy Martin Murray over 11 brutal rounds, knocking him down 3 separate times and almost knocking him down a 4th time before the referee stepped in to end the action early in the 11th round. The question that needs to be asked now, can anybody stop Gennady Golovkin? And looking at his record, what he's done already, 32-0 with 29 knockouts. He has 19 consecutive knockouts. After the fight, I went and I saw an interview with Martin Murray, and Martin Murray said, and I quote, well, he said that Gennady Golovkin, quote, is definitely the best person I've fought, unquote. Now remember, Martin Murray had fought Sergio Martinez when Sergio Martinez was the middleweight champion of the world. Sergio, before all of his knee problems, was incredibly well-regarded fighter. And here's Martin Murray saying that GGG is definitely the best he's ever fought. Also, Martin Murray fought Felix Strum. And look, there was a lot of questions answered tonight in this fight. Number one, could GGG go the distance? He's never been this far before. I think the furthest he had ever gone before tonight was 10 rounds. He looked fresh in the 11th round. Maybe he lost a little bit of steam in the middle rounds, but he was still hitting hard. Obviously, he was still hitting hard in the 11th round when he got the technical knockout victory over Martin Murray. We saw that. Does he keep his power into the later rounds? Obviously, he does that. So, I don't know what's up next for Triple G. He said following the fight that he wants to unify the belts at 160, which is, I think that's a great goal. Is he going to fight Miguel Cotto? Is he going to fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who's at 168 and apparently called out Golovkin after Golovkin's victory tonight over Martin Murray? I just, look, it's very rare to see somebody this good come along. And he has an incredible amateur background, so this is a technically sound fighter. This isn't a brawler without skill. This is somebody that has sound principles. He knows how to cut off the ring. He's got an incredible jab. He throws all kinds of punches with power in both hands. He can throw hooks. He can throw uppercuts. He can throw straights. He throws everything. His defense isn't perfect, but it's pretty good, and his chin is incredible. So even if you hit him, that might not do very much. In fact, it doesn't do very much, and he's been in there with punchers. I mean, he fought Marco Rubio. He fought Curtis Stevens. Both of those guys have heavy hands. So for the moment, I'm not sure who's going to be able to beat this guy. I'm not saying nobody could. Martin Murray had some nice moments in this fight, some real good moments, where if he had had more power, he might have been able to do something. He certainly got GGG's attention. Now, there's been a lot of speculation. Is GGG going to fight Floyd Mayweather? Look, that would be a dream fight. Golovkin has said that he'd love to have that fight, and that fight would probably take place at 154 pounds. I don't think Mayweather's interested in that fight, and if I were Mayweather, I wouldn't be interested in it either. Of course, there's been discussions about Andre Ward. If you watched Martin Murray tonight in this fight, he was clearly bigger than Golovkin was. So I'm not sure if I'm Golovkin or his management, if I want to go to 168. You're dealing with larger men, taller, larger, and that could be a problem for Golovkin. I mean, honestly, when you look at Golovkin, just his build and his height, he looks like somebody that should be fighting at 154 pounds rather than 160. So I don't know if he's going to go up to 168 ever. Now, and I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. So in my opinion, if there's going to be a fight with Andre Ward, my guess is that the fight would take place at 160. And I don't know if Andre Ward wants to come down to 160 pounds. Look, could Ward give him a tough time? Sure. Of course he could. Now, we haven't seen Andre Ward. We've only seen him once in the last 3 years. I think it was against Edwin Rodriguez. I know that Andre Ward had shoulder surgery. He's never been a particularly powerful fighter. Andre Ward. He does have some chin issues, does Andre Ward, but certainly his movement, his roughhouse style, his skill level, yes. I mean, and his height and his reach should be superior to Golovkin. So, yeah, there's something there. Right now, though, I don't think that fight's going to happen anytime soon. I don't know if it'll ever happen, honestly, because I know Andre Ward has discussed before going up to 175. He fought in the Olympics at 175 pounds, so he's just a naturally larger man. And as I said, I don't know if Ward is going to be interested in trying to come down to 160 to try to fight Golovkin. Miguel Cotto, Canelo Alvarez, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Carl Froch. Now, Froch and Chavez Jr. are also 168-pounders. The thinking there, from what I understand from the management of GGG, is that he'll fight guys at 168 for pay-per-view fights. And both Chavez Jr. and Froch have large followings that will buy pay-per-views. The thinking is that Ward doesn't have that. In fact, Ward's never been on a pay-per-view fight. So I guess the concept is, why take a risk if you're not going to get paid for it? I don't know if Froch is interested in a fight with GGG. In fact, I don't think that he is. I would love to see a fight between Chavez Jr. and Golovkin. I think that would be a war. I think that Chavez doesn't have the skill level that Golovkin does, but he has a gigantic punch. And so with that punch, that would give him a chance against Golovkin. But for the time being, just Golovkin looks like a destroyer. He looks like a middleweight version of Mike Tyson. Basically, that's kind of what he looks like right now. And somebody that grew up in the rise of Mike Tyson in the mid to late 80s, I love it. As a boxing fan, I think it's fantastic. And what I also like about Golovkin is he fights a lot. He's fighting 3 to 4 times a year. So he's going to stay active. Fights are going to get made, and he's going to keep going. I don't know what's up next for him. Is it Miguel Cotto? Is it Canelo Alvarez? Is it Andy Lee? Who is it? But as long as he continues going and having these high-level fights, he's fighting top guys, and a lot of guys don't want to fight him. Apparently, like Peter Quillen, we're going to watch, because this is a very rare thing, particularly to have somebody. Look, you can have somebody like Floyd Mayweather, who's undefeated and who's had a tremendous career, in all respect to him, but doesn't get a lot of knockouts. To have somebody with the skill level and the power of Golovkin, it almost reminds me of like a Gerald McClellan. Just, there's so much charisma and interest in the knockout, and you have a guy here in GGG that's got all the goods. He's the real deal. This is like a Terminator. And he is 32 years old, and soon he will be turning 33, but he looks great. He appears to be in tremendous condition. He hasn't really taken too much damage. So hopefully he's going to be on the scene for another 5 to 7 years, and we could be watching boxing history here. So, to answer my own question at the beginning of the video, is anybody going to be able to stop Gennady Golovkin? The answer is maybe, but I got to see it to believe it, because right now it doesn't look really likely, at least not in the 160-pound zone or 154, maybe at 168, maybe Andre Ward. In the past, I thought that would be a pretty good bet, that Andre Ward would beat him. But the more I watch Golovkin, the less I think it would be a sure bet. The more I think that's kind of a toss-up fight. And like I said, I need to see Andre Ward. I know Andre signed with Rock Nation. Need to see where he's at right now as a fighter, because he has had a lot of time away from the ring. And we're glad that he's back on the scene, and hopefully he'll come back with a bang. But before I can really evaluate that fight, I need to see the level that Andre Ward is at presently. For Golovkin, another convincing, exciting win. It's just amazing. I mean, this is just, you just don't see this very much, so enjoy it while it's here. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching Conservative New Media. Thumbs up, thumbs down. We will talk to you again soon. We're looking forward to more fights. We enjoy everything. MMA, boxing, everything. So there's MMA coming up tomorrow. Frank Mir against Bigfoot Silva. So that should be fun. So talk to you again soon. Enjoy the fights.